Okay, my fish friends and fish fam, since I made the video earlier, part one about the little GLO Betta, I've lost my dear, beloved, precious friend, Toby, one of my dogs, the little one that's paralyzed, and he went suddenly and needed attention when I went to him. He was going, so I'm trying to get past that now. I may have to stop the video, but we'll see. So I have done water changes on most of my freshwater tanks tonight, and I've just added her about 5 minutes ago, and kind of went back and scanned through the comments on the first video. She's been in here just a few minutes, and I don't have any GLO lights, and I won't have any GLO lights. If people want those, that's up to them. And you probably hear my washer going in the laundry room right there. This is high-tech, unedited stuff. So anyway, she's in here with a single male beta and grow out rainbows of 3 types that are all from Bob Steenfott. They'll be going in my new 33 long tank that I meant to set up tonight, but due to unforeseen circumstances have not. I may be up doing it tonight, but have not yet. Anyway, she seems very normal. She seems very curious. She definitely is sighted. She's just under, as I said, natural lights. Those are LEDs on one of those cheap hoods, kits, I mean. And so that's what she looks like, just under an LED white light. So I think she's a gorgeous fish. I think she looks better without the GLO light, and I've heard people say that. I even heard people saying that tonight when the little GLO lights would turn off. When we were still, they would turn off after a few seconds. So I'm glad they're not under that light all the time. That's good. I don't know what the long-term effects of those lights are. I've seen comments, but I've not seen any studies or documented proof of that. I know a lot of us would be blind if that were so. From the late 60s and early 70s, we all had those posters in our bedrooms that with the UV lights. But this is a male koi beta, and probably he's one of my 2 favorite betas. I have 7 betas, well 8 now. And he noticed her right away, but she just swam away from him as if to say, come get me, and he wasn't interested at all in chasing her. I think he saw she was female and decided this is not breeding time, so I'm gonna worry about eating, and it is eating time. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of food in here for everybody. It's what the rainbows are all lined up for. Also, while I'm finding my food that's been thawing, I was going to mention a couple of other things that I did just quickly. I don't want this to turn into a 10-minute video. I did go to the store to get a Oscellaris, one of the little tank bred and raised clownfish, and that is it. The lighter colored one, the maroon one, is also an Oscellaris. They're definitely different colors, and you can see the corals are starting to bed down for the night there. But I picked this up yesterday at a local fish store, and they had 2 of them. I don't know why I didn't get them both. I'll probably go back and get the other one. They're used. They used to use them in their coral tank and started using the egg crate stuff. Like I've got some of my coral plugs on there. Somebody's knocked a couple over. But anyway, I want to take that out and have something that's a lot more stable. And look at this, how cool this is. I know most of you are not into coral, but I'm just rambling to keep myself busy, basically. These shelves all pull out, they all extend. And look how much real estate that, oops, I pulled that one too far, but I'm not, yeah, it did go back in on camera. So that will basically almost fill that tank up. It fills 3/4 of it up lengthwise, and it definitely goes from front to back and even further. So it'll be a nice addition to that, and I'll have to put the rocks and things that don't have coral on them to the sides. So I'm excited about getting that, hey Dharma, getting that scaped up in there, so to speak, and that will really help with that. So yeah, that one little fish, and came over here to get my stuff to feed. I'm not going to show well, I will, because we're right there. The 33 long, which is just over 48 inches long, 13 high and 12 deep. I know it's really dark in here, but you can see it's just a few inches short of the desk on each end, and so I guess the desk is 4 feet and 4 inches or thereabouts. So it will be here, and my plan is to move that Ben Hampton print somewhere else and to put some of my fish up here. Probably the first thing are going to be the 4 different color of, I can't remember if they're bettas or if they're, the top feeder fish that are long and they're jumping. Anyway, I have 4 of those, and I think they'll look really good sitting up there. So, but back to these guys, and I've got a lid that fits it there. It's a 1 piece. What else? I've got several other things there that I've already got for it. I've got the dirt, I've got the sand to cap the dirt with. Oh, I got plants, and there is in one of the rainbow tanks in there back in the corner, so that they'll go in there along with the rainbows. So I've carried that food around without anything to get it out with. So, but you know, I'm not sure if I can pause this or not. I don't think I can. I need to find out for sure so that I don't have to carry it all over the place. Here we go. Hang on. All right. Let's see. We still have hungry fish. Oh, the laundry stopped. That's good. Let's see. I still have this one that from the very first day, she's down there in the bottom in that moss, and she's very curious. I wonder if this is her first time being in a tank, or if she was raised with dozens or hundreds or alone, or what. I usually don't put quite that much the first, and then these guys come around and join up. I'm really curious to watch her closely and see if she does eat. Oh yeah. There's some spirulina brine, just some regular brine, and there's some, I was careful not to get bloodworms out of the mix. It's not mixed yet, it's just thawed. While I'm looking at this, Ro from Rose Aquatics was very kind to give me, we had a touring of fish stores a few weeks ago, and dang, I'm coming up on 9 minutes. Anyway, she brought me some, the laundry hadn't quit, couple of moss samples, and one of these is Christmas moss, and I think that is it there. It's died back a little bit. We were hoping something like a Bentley Pasco or something like a Dan Slee would see these and comment on them. So I think that's the one that she wanted to identify. It's doing a lot better than this one, and it may just be a matter of positioning, so I may move that over there so it gets more direct light, just to see how it does. But yeah, back to the beta. I'm going to close this out here in just a few seconds because we're at 10 whole minutes now, and the comments I'm getting are interesting. They're all over the place on the first video. And some of the things that are being said are things that I have said or do say. So I'm not judgmental about those. I went there with it in the back of my mind to get one of the fish. They didn't have them when I was there a couple of weeks ago. And since they had that nice display, and for instance, one of the myths that's going around is those are just gorgeous. Those are those blue, I forget the scientific name for them, but they are really coloring up, and they're going to go in that little 33 in there. That was a wave maker, that weird noise. But yeah, they say they only come in males, but we see that's not true. This is a little female, so they come in two types of males. The more I look at her, the more I like her. I realize that she has a glow or an iridescent, not iridescent, but she has a different way of presenting her colors. And I certainly, gosh, she's eating, she's hungry. She's a hungry little girl. I certainly understand the controversy about taking genes from other animals and putting them in others, but this certainly is not the first time we've done that. I understand the controversy about doing it for profit. You know, I was the last job I worked at for a long time before becoming disabled and retiring was transplant case management as an RN for a large major insurance company, and so I was involved with stem cell transplants and that kind of thing. Lots of controversial stuff. Well, she's sure making those rainbows pop their colors. Look at that. Wow, look at that. They are really fired up. So I'm no stranger to controversy, and I did not get her to spark controversy. I got her because I liked the fish. I liked her personality. I went back 3 or 4 times before I turned the cam on, and she kept coming over and watching, and I think that she probably wouldn't go away if I went over there. So this is a long part 2, but it did have several things in it, so we will go ahead and stop. I doubt anyone's came near this far down the video anyway. So there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, he's showing her some interest now. She knows what time it is for sure. Now he's the one that had the big long fin betta. She's hiding over there, but he sees her. Anyway, and the long fin would chase him, and then eventually they became, look how he's colored up. Now she's still right there in the corner, and he knows that, but see, he left her alone. That's what he did earlier. He's just getting to know her. Yeah. If I see anything more than that, I'll be taking either him or her out of there. I've got plenty of tanks they can go in. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you watched any of this far, and have a good rest of your morning.